former Patriots safety Jabril Peppers, adding some depth and experience to that secondary, with safety Deshaun Elliott expected to miss some time with a knee injury. Peppers certainly could see some meaningful snaps sooner rather than later. And look who's at it again, Howie Roseman. The Eagles have traded for running back Tank Bigsby, sending their 2026 fifth and sixth round picks in the deal to Broome. They've been awfully busy. Got Zadarius Smith as well. Meanwhile, a developing story on NFL Live. The estranged wife of Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill has alleged that he committed domestic violence in 8 separate incidents beginning in January of 2024. That's about 2 months after they were married. The allegations were made in court filings related to the couple's divorce case. Hill has not been criminally charged, and it is unclear if police are investigating. Hill's attorney said in a statement that the allegations are part of a shakedown and an attempt to generate bad media coverage of Hill. Coming up next on NFL Live, first Micah Parsons showed out in his debut with the Packers, and then Derek threw some shade. Wait till you hear how Micah responded back. So fun. Plus, new head coach Liam Cohen finally able to solve some of that Trevor Lawrence puzzle. Looks like it against the Panthers. Dan and Mina take a deep dive next on NFL Live. After Sports Center on ESPN and the ESPN app, they have all the early breaking stories, all those crucial injury updates, previews of every game right up until kickoff. And this is new on NFL Live. Jerry Jones not done talking about Micah Parsons and had this to say about Micah's debut in Green Bay on Sunday.
From what I saw of him, I thought he was able to get in there and play without having any influence from his back. And I say that with a straight face, I do. And having said that, wish him well.
Oh, good Lord. I almost hate to ask you. What do you think of what Jerry had to say?
So what?
Yeah.
So what? Like, let's focus on the Dallas Cowboys. I know they asked Jerry a question. He does his radio show weekly. Micah came up. His back wasn't hurt. He used his back so he could get his deal without practicing and hurting his back. I'm sure that was a tweak. I understand what was going on with Micah Parsons, but to have him in the conversation, to even feel like you need to answer a question, he no longer plays there. He's in Green Bay now. And I think he's headed for greener pastures. So let's just rock out with Micah being a Green Bay Packer, and let's focus on what the Dallas Cowboys need to do to try to win games.
What a completely different organization Micah Parsons has landed with.
Like,
wow. So
I did not think I was going to have to respond to Jerry talking about Micah.
It's never over.
Week 1 of the NFL season when he's no longer in a uniform.
This is what you get. This is what you get, a former Cowboy. This is what you get, my friend. Parsons did play 29 snaps. He played about 45% of possible plays against the Lions. He had 3 pressures, resulting in a sack, an interception, a completion for a 2-yard loss. So, Dan Quinn, what do you think about him playing against your guys on Thursday?
How do you combat a guy? Is it inevitable that he's going to make those plays in that backfield?
Are you asking what would I do if I was coaching him? Yeah, I'd sit him this week on a short week.
That's classic DQ right there. For more, we bring in Rob Demovsky, who obviously covers the Packers and does such a great job for us. It's a really short week. Obviously, it's a Thursday night game. So what's the game plan regarding Micah, Rob?
Well, Hannah, guess who decided how much Micah Parsons was going to play in his debut here last Sunday against the Lions? Well, the answer? Micah Parsons, or at least he talked the defensive coaches into letting him play those 29 snaps that you mentioned. And it makes sense because after the game, Packers coach Matt LaFleur said that was more than he anticipated that Parsons would play, and he joked that he would investigate just what happened. Well, here's how Parsons made his case.
I was tired as ever, but, you know, at the end of the day, like, you just got to want it a little bit more than that next guy. And I think that's just what it's about. And it's the determination, it's the will, it's the grunt, you know, the push while you're tired. Because I told them, you know, the other day when they were talking to me about the snap count, I was like, I mean, we can run gassers, we can be in practice, and you give me these plays, we can run to the ball. But I was like, at the end of the day, like, you got to let me push through some things. You got to let me, like, you know, get tired and get wore out there, so that way I can become better and get better from it. And, you know, that's when it was like, okay, your reps can go up. Like, you got to really, like, sometimes you got to fight for your own right to play.
As for Thursday here against Washington, Remember when Parsons got here, Packers defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley said he immediately started drawing up plays for Parsons. Well, Parsons said today this might be a game where some of those come out. And it's also worth noting, Hannah, that against Washington, Micah Parsons has 10.5 sacks in his career. That's his most against any opponent.
4.5 of them sacking Jaden Daniels last season alone in their meetings. Rob Domofsky, we appreciate you. I think you're in for a really special year this year. Meanwhile, Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence in his first year under new head coach Liam Cohen might not have had the best statistical game against the Panthers, but he certainly did what he had to do to get his team a win. One of the highest paid players in all of interception, added another 12 yards on 4 carries. Hey, let's go to the dynamic duo. Break it down for us, Dan and Mina.
Week 1, confidence is back, at least for that time, for Trevor Lawrence, and that's what good play callers, good coaching does. Trevor Lawrence, for a year and a half now, has struggled with just letting the football go. You're going to get an internal pressure, linebacker replace. It's 3 deep, 3 underneath. He's going to work up to the top of your screen. That linebacker goes there. No, quickly get backside and replace it. Now 2nd and 8 becomes a first down for our offense. Trevor Lawrence didn't do that last year. This time it's a short in and a corner route up top. That nickel defender tells you what to do with the football. It's 1, 2, 3. Is he lifting? Yes. Get the ball out right now. Yards after the catch. So 1st and 20 because a penalty becomes 2nd and 9. Now listen, give me this. You give me this, you got a top 5 player at the position. Look how early he cuts this ball loose on the deep curl. That ball's coming out right now. You got 3, 4 defenders sitting in that tight zone staring at you. Cut it loose, dude. Trust your eyes and let it fly into that zone. That ball is pinned on that receiver for a huge conversion. That last clip for me, we didn't get Trevor Lawrence like that last year. That would have been a double hitch, triple hitch, or not even a throw at all. If they get that, they get a different quarterback this season.
I think you saw he had faith in the structure of the offense, and why shouldn't he? I mean, Liam Cohen, the effect I feel like is obvious already. I loved what I saw from the run game. You know, we have these offensive coordinators switching teams, going to what we believe the additions on the offensive line as well, throwing big blocks, Robert Hainsey, Patrick McCarry. If they can run the football the way they did in this game, this offense is going to be electric.
It's 1 week, but you have to be hopeful and looking forward to the future offensively in Jacksonville.
Yeah, he only had 2 play-action passing touchdowns last season. His first one this season is 1. All right, coming up, Tua and the Finns struggled in a blowout loss to the Colts. Can they turn things around? Can they keep their coach off the hot seat? Somebody here thinks so. I like that. It's a glass half full kind of show.
On the good.
ESPN Bet Fan Center is now live. Instantly link and bet your fantasy teams. Jump into Fan Center. Take over game days this season. ESPN.